can feel it coming in the air at night.
Hey, babe. You know I met Phil Collins once? Did I ever tell you this?
No.
I never told you that I met Phil Collins. I have proof of it on my Instagram.
No, I think I would remember that. He's an icon.
Icon. How about this? So first of all, he was. He is. He was. He's still alive, right? Phil, are you with us?
He's alive and he's listening.
Shout out Phil.
Shout out Phil.
So I got courtside seats.
Philip Collins.
Phil Collins. I got courtside seats to the New York Knicks game. This was 3 years ago, Easter Sunday. Last place Knicks versus the second to last place Philadelphia 76ers. So we sit down, okay, in our courtside seats, which were fantastic. I forgot how I got them. It was like one of those things where like somebody canceled and they had the seats available. So like I'm 50th on the list and they called me. So I show up, me and my father. So my father and my father had never been, I'd never been courtside at that moment.
Crazy.
It was crazy, unbelievable, great experience. My father sits down in our seats, and it's me, my father, and Phil Collins sitting next to my dad. So, yeah. So my dad, first of all, my dad doesn't know that it's Phil Collins.
Okay.
He has no idea that it's Phil Collins. People are coming up and yelling stuff, at him and whatever. He has no clue that this is Phil Collins. So my father also, by the way, at some point during the game, asked me, I looked down and he goes, Chris, can you take a picture? And I looked down, my dad has his shoe and his sock off with his bare foot on the court at Madison Square Garden.
You have to be kidding me.
No, swear to God. He's got his bare foot on the court. And I'm like, what are you doing, Dad? He's like, I want to just put my foot. He's like, it'd be funny to send your stepmother a picture of my foot on a basketball court.
He's not wrong.
I'm like, yeah, it's a great thing, Dad. So I'm like, no, put your shoe and your sock back on.
He's got bare crusty foot in $4,000 seats.
Yeah, a 70-year-old diabetic
Phil
foot.
Collins is looking at his bare foot.
Yeah, well, Phil Collins was sitting there eating a bag of Easter candy the entire time. I swear to God, he's literally eating Cadbury eggs and other types of chocolate.
He's not wrong either.
Yeah, he's first of all, there's a policy where you can't bring in any outside food or beverage into Madison Square Garden. Where did Phil Collins get a bag of Easter candy?
He get a bag of goddamn Easter candy.
Because I didn't get a bag of Easter candy.
No, they don't have bags of Easter. He smuggled in Easter candy.
The British are weird.
That means that at a specific moment he was looking at the bag of candy and he goes, well, I'd have to smuggle it in.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Phil Collins,
bag of Easter candy. So he's eating the Easter candy. A security guard has to come over and say, sir, would you please put your shoe and sock back on? I said to the security guard, I swear to God, I asked him right then and there, I said, sir, how long have you been working Madison Square Garden? He said, 25 years. I said, in all of your 25 years, have you ever had to ask someone sitting courtside to please put their shoe and sock back on? And he says, actually, no. I said, well, I could have guessed that, but that was actually no. Then my father asked one of the ball boys to please, this is 2018. My father asked one of the ball boys if there was a possibility that he could get, for me, a signed basketball from Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing.
I was going to say Patrick Ewing
hasn't played for the Knicks since the early 2000s, okay? The ball boy says, I can get you a signed ball, but Patrick Ewing, unfortunately tonight, as he hasn't been in the last 10 years, is not in the building. So I'm like, Dad, why are you... First of all, I'm a grown man. Why are you asking for signed basketballs from players?
Your dad is great because your dad operates on like two cylinders that are constantly banging.
Yes.
One is like clueless, holy cow, I've never seen anyone like this man. But then all of a sudden he's asking for a signed Patrick Ewing basketball, and both are endearing.
Both, yeah.
Your dad. I would love to see a documentary on your dad, or I'd love to see your dad's your grandparents. I want to know how your dad came to be.
Well, Homeless Pimp and I are going to film a documentary about my dad. So that's going to happen. We're going to go down to Tampa, Florida. My dad now lives in Tampa, Tony. We're going to go down there and film him. So yeah, he's a wild character. But so we're at the game, Easter Sunday. Phil Collins eating Easter candy. My dad's asking for signed basketballs from Patrick Ewing. I'm mortified. So all of a sudden, the New York Knicks staff come over, and they're putting they go to with their camera equipment and they go to put Phil Collins on the Jumbotron.
Right.
So my dad goes, why would they, turns to me in full volume. He goes, why would they put this asshole up on the screen?
Oh, no.
Yeah. So he, and again, he doesn't know that he still has no idea that that's Phil Collins. I'm like, because it's Phil Collins, Dad. He goes, who, from Bon Jovi?
Didn't he think?
Steven Tyler was from Bon Jovi. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Bon Jovi.
He thought Steven Tyler was Bon Jovi. Anybody and Oba is Bon Jovi. So he goes, who, from Bon Jovi? Because that's just my dad's thing. We should call him Tony Bon Jovi.
Tony Bon Jovi.
He has no idea what Bon Jovi is. He goes, oh, okay. He goes, from Bon Jovi. I said, it's Phil Collins. And he goes, name one of his songs. And then with that, they start going, do-douche, 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 douche. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, Sal, you have to understand, the crowd is erupting.
Oh, that's an arena song.
Yeah, erupting, clapping. 18,000 people, they're going, bah, 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 going crazy. Phil Collins is waving at the Jumbotron right next to my father. My dad goes, I've never heard this song. I was like, what?
Come on.
You've never heard this song.
Phil Collins.
I said, Dad, it's Phil Collins.
There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time. Hey, babe.
Nice.
Hey, babe.
So he puts Phil Collins up on the Jumbotron, the New York Knicks staff, crushing with you in the air tonight, 18,000 people, whatever sold out capacity was at Madison Square Garden, clapping, going nuts. They literally, I've never seen this ever in my life. They dim the lights for a Jumbotron shout out. Like literally dim the lights.
He's one of the biggest living musicians of all time.
Of all time, okay? They take a 2 seconds, put the camera down, because it's still in a New York Knicks timeout. Then they put the camera on me.
I hope they played in the air tonight as well.
No, they put the camera on me, and I believe we have my last name is spelled Distefano.
Yeah.
They put up on the Jumbotron Chris, Chris Destafano. So they have my name spelled wrong.
Name wrong.
Yeah, and then they put a clip up of some MSG show I did called The Bracket, where I'm legit 50 pounds heavier. I look like just a swollen mess.
Phil Collins.
Follow Phil Collins. Literally, the clip is playing. Not a single person is making sound. The only thing I could hear was one of the ball boys dribbling the basketball, chewing gum, not even looking in my direction. I swear. And again, there's footage of this. Somebody while I'm playing, when it's over and you're waving at the camera, when Phil Collins was getting a standing ovation, I hear somebody scream from the upper deck, "Who is that?" That's what I swear to God. And the only thing throughout it, that I even remember, because it was like traumatizing, is I felt my father's hand slowly rubbing the middle of my back, saying to me, "It's going to be over soon, champ."
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away from your feelings, babe.